All right. Okay, thank you for confirming that you can hear me and see the slides. Now it's 2 p.m. right now. I'm going to start on time so that we have more time at the end for any Q&A or any questions that you have. All right. So ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon. Today we'll be talking about what are the tips to improve your account health. And my name is Jun Liang. I'm the trainer here in Amazon Seller Education team. So to start off with, the session will be recorded and then you can also find it in the YouTube playlist. Now the link is at the side of the chat and also in the emails when you sign up for the webinar. So don't worry about the links. And then if you have any questions, let me know at the end. Let me know at the Q&A box, and at the end of the session, I will address it before we end. And also, if you're watching this recording in another date and time, just make sure that if it's a couple months down the road, do go into Seller University to make sure that you have the most updated information, right? These are just some important notice. Please take a few seconds to read. All right, so that's the agenda for today. We'll start off with some of the core concepts on why account health is important, and then what is considered as good or poor account health, and how do you know when to take actions. And then we'll move on to what are the tips to manage your account health and so on. All right, so what is account health, right? So account health is one of the pages in your Seller Central that is a kind of holistic way for you to measure your customer experience and also to see how are you adhering to the Amazon selling policy. And where can you find it? You can find it in Seller Central under performance, and you can go to account health from there. So this is what the page looks like. So it's divided into three main sections. Right, the first section is about the customer service performance. This is more related to the post-order concerns from your customers, and it also include things like negative feedback, the A to Z claims, or any credit card chargeback. All right, so specifically, the order defect rate represent the percentage of orders you fulfill that have one or more of these defects. So the next part is the policy compliance section. All right, so this will contain all your adherence to the Amazon's product policy. Product policies are representative of the products that you sell and the listing data that you provide about those products when you create or list them or update them on your Amazon Seller Central account. Now, the last column, off to the right that you see, it's about your shipping performance. So it talks about all the Amazon policies related to fulfillments, how you are adhering to all the policies. So there's two important metrics here. This is your late shipment rate. All right, it represents the percentage of orders shipped after the handling time, and the pre-fulfillment cancel rate, which is represent the percentage of orders cancelled before they are being fulfilled. So why is it important, right? So all these Amazon's policies are designed to ensure that your customers have the best customer shopping experience possible. And when customer come back, they purchase more products from you, right? If they have a good experience in your products, and how are you actually doing all the customer service for them. So maintaining great account health means that you can focus your time and effort on activities that help to grow your business. And especially if you address any issues early, you will save a lot of time to kind of rectify those issues when it comes to like your big sales event day, etc. So next, you want to know when to take action, right? But in order to do that, you will want to know what does good account health looks like and what does bad account health looks like, right? So this is a screenshot. So it represent a good account health. All right. So most of the things are like 0, 0, 0. It means there's no any form of policy that is not compliance, etc. Right? the late shipment rate, the pre-fulfillment cancel rate, your product policy compliance, everything is great. All right. So how does a poor account health page looks like? So first of all, you will see usually when you log into the account health page, you will see that there's a notification saying that your account is at risk of deactivation, something like that. And then you will mention something about what's your shipment rate like and what is the target. All right. So again, for the late shipment rate as well, so it will indicate on your page for you when you log in and look at your account health page. Right. So besides that, right, the account health issue is also communicated to the sellers like you via email as well. You can also see it under performance. All right, so ignore this screenshot on the left. Is the navigation is the old navigation, but the section where you can find is the same. All right, you look under performance and you go to performance notifications. You also see some of the emails that are being sent out to you. All right. So what do you need to look for? To check your account health regularly so you can proactively address any issue before they got escalate. Right, these are the key metric. Right, you can see. So whenever any of these issues comes in, it is important to address them as soon as possible so you can maintain a good green account health rating. All right. However, if there are issues left unaddressed, here are the signals that you need to look out for. First of all, you will see the banner at the start of the page as well, telling you which of the account health that needs to be rectified, right? So there is a account health rating as well. You will see that it will show you red or amber, meaning that you're not on the green side of the account health rating. So again, it's important to take note that you will have to take immediate action so to prevent or avoid any business or any disruption to your business. All right. So the key thing is to make sure that when you log in, make sure you don't see any of those amber, red, or the exclamation triangle sign, etc. All right. So what are the 5 tips to maintain good account health? Now, tip 1, be equipped. All right. So update your emergency contact. So this is important because from time to time, if there is any issue, the account health team may reach out to you. So make sure that your emergency contact is the updated one. You have the right phone number, a number that is reachable. All right. Tip 2 is monitor and correct the product policy violation. So like I shared earlier on, when you log into account health, please do ensure and make sure that there's no any form of like exclamation, notice banner, etc. All right, if there is, you need to resolve the issue as soon as possible. Right, so this is telling you where you can actually check the performance notification. Now again, the video here is the older version, but the section where you can find is the same. You look under performance and go to performance notifications. Right. So these are the email that's being sent out. So if you, let's say, you might have missed the email, etc., the best way is to every day when you log into Seller Central, go to performance notification and take a look. So to give you an example, one of these violation example for somebody selling a vitamin supplement. All right. So when the seller go and take a look, you can see that on the performance notification, there are a couple of emails that's already being sent out to the seller to inform them that there are some restricted products that needs to be removed. All right. So sometimes this may happen. Let's say if a seller is selling certain product, for example, in this case, a vitamin supplement maybe in the German marketplace, and then the seller went on to sell the same supplement onto the other marketplace, like maybe .com or UK. Now, because the item contains certain ingredients that is, certain ingredient which might be a policy violation in the other marketplace, so that's why it got flagged out or by a violation. So do also note that the violation is also dependent on the region, the country that you are selling your item or listing your item. Right. So you can see there will be a sign that says restricted product policy violations. Right. So there is help. This is pretty straightforward as well. You can go into your Seller Central. In fact, you don't need to go to the search. You can go on top to just search for what are the policies or what are the restricted products policy documents. I will share those links, so it's okay. Right, but this is to let you know that in the event that you need to find any updated policy document, etc., for the different requirements, you can go and do a search on Seller Central. So this is also to show that in the event that you will, or rather you might need to close your listing, you can go through the same steps to close up your listing just to stop the violations from happening. All right, so in the restricted product page that shows your product that is being restricted due to violation, the next steps will be proposed there and you can click on it to close the listing. All right, this will prevent your account health from being further impacted. Right. Now, another way is if you think that you have a reason to appeal or you already have those documents to prove that you are so-called approved to sell those items in the right region, etc., you may submit an appeal as well from the account health page. All right. All right, this is also another example about the violation. For example, this is a perfume seller. All right, so the violation is due to the fact that the item showing on the picture and the item that is being received by the customer is not the same. All right, this will cause notifications about inauthentic products. All right. All right, so do take note. This is also something regarding listing to make sure that whatever items you are selling is the same item that you are listed on your page, the image, etc., will be the same item product that your customer will receive. Right? If not, if any of the customers were to make a report that the item they receive is not the same, then you will get triggered on your account health. Right. So I won't share, I won't go through this. This is the same thing to say that you can find for the different categories, what is the requirements, etc., for the different product type, and what are the product detail page rules that you need to adhere. So if that really happens, you might need to correct the product detail page. All right, so let's say if the packaging somehow is really changed, maybe from your supplier, etc., you will need to go and update the right images, all right, so that your customers who bought the item will receive the same product that they see on your product listing. Right, so similarly, there's an option for you to appeal if needed to. All right. So there's another example, a policy violation for charger, right, for your info. Right, so this is regarding some form of infringement violation. So this happened when, example, a seller is selling a phone charger that is compatible with like one of those top key brands. All right, and then if the product description page somehow said something like this is a brand A charger, So that may consider an infringement of the brand or the rights owner by claiming that it is of a particular brand, right? So do make sure that you don't have those wording in the listing. All right. So instead of saying like this is a certain brand charger, you can actually say that okay, this charger is compatible with the brand, certain brands. All right. So instead of saying that it is a specific brand charger, which assuming you don't have the rights to sell it, then you could say something like this is compatible. All right. All right. So similarly, there's a guide that is online. I can share the link under the video description on where you can find the policy as well. All right. Similar steps for you to appeal. So in fact, when any of the infringements that you see on your account health page, there will be next steps for you to appeal from your account health page. Right. Now the tip number 3 is to monitor and correct the order defect rate. All right. So order defect rate will consist of these 3 things over here. The A to Z claims, meaning somebody or some of your customer actually raise a to Z claim on the product they receive, and then or you receive negative feedback regarding certain products, or there's a chargeback. All right. So these are some of the key reasons. Item not received, different from what I ordered, defective or poor customer service or damaged items. Right, so these are the contributing factors, so to take note of it. Right. So it is common as well to see one or more of these causes combined, especially when your customers contact your seller regarding an order defect. All right. So in order to keep the order defect rate on target, the target is actually less than 1%. It is very important for you to monitor these order defect rate regularly and react to any defect responses, which will show you how in the next few slides. So under the performance, go to your account health page. If you have any of these defect rate that contributes to the rate that you see, you can click on it, and then you can download the report. All right, so the report is something like Excel row by row. When you open it up, it will be shown like this. When is the order date? What is the order ID? All right, and what is the negative feedback? Or what is the claim and chargeback claim, etc. All right. So an example here is like, Tony orders a laptop. The delivery is successful, right? But the box is clearly damaged. And then due to the damaged box, the product is scratched. So this buyer, Tony, files a to Z claim, right? And another customer also filed similar claims. And these 2 customers end up also leaving a negative feedback, all right? So that would actually cause your defect rate to be affected. All right, so in the example, your order defect rate increased to 0.25%. All right. So to manage your feedback, let's say if customer put in some feedback that you think is not fair or untrue, there's way for you to appeal. Right, you can go and remove there's a removal request for negative feedback. However, do note that it is really on a case-by-case basis, and you need to prove certain document that may be requested from the seller support team to prove that the review is not true. All right. So if you look under feedback, right, and then you can see all your feedback And one of the actions that you can do is to request removal, right? And they'll give you a few cases that you are allowed to remove the negative feedback. Well, similarly for A to Z claim, you can also make an appeal. Yep. So when doing an appeal, you need to show any details, or rather you could provide any details that you can to justify the appeal, right? So the next thing I want to talk about is tip 4. Remember to ship and confirm your orders on time. Right, so your late shipment rate won't be affected. So your late shipment rate is actually factored in by the following: the ship by and the confirmation date. All right, so some examples are the courier not picking up the items, or you forget about it, or maybe you're away, you didn't know about the order, or there could be technical issues, or even for out of stock item, or some due to public holidays. Right, so similarly, there's a report you can download to learn about your late shipment rate. By clicking on the late dispatch rate in your account health, you will be able to download the report directly. Right. So this is similar to the previous report, just that the certain columns are different. You can have a quick look on which are the orders that is having a late dispatch rate. Right. Another tip. So there's this thing called vacation mode setting. All right. So some of you or some seller may have been going on to a holiday or something, or there's nobody to manage your sales, right? You can actually use this vacation mode, all right, so that your orders, your dispatch rate won't be affected. Right. So doing that will be able to allow you to increase your handling time if you're going for away for a couple of days, to put in there so that the handling time will be made upfront for your customers to know, and then it will not also impact your late shipping rate as well. All right, so under the vacation setting, you can set it for different stores. Let's say if you are having more than one stores, not just .com, you can also set it for the different stores that you are managing. All right, for the last tip, right, is to keep the cancel rate low, right, the order cancellation rate low. So this cancel rate will apply when the order is cancelled by the seller. It could be due to out of stock, or the supplier delivers late, or the quantity mismatch, or order by mistakes, etc. So the target is to be less than 2.5%. Now again, you go through the same steps. You can download the specific report. So I'm not going to show the video again. So again, you will see the Excel file. You can open up and take a look. Right. So the cancel rate won't be affected by pending orders, as you can see over here. So some tip to keep the cancel rate low includes things like having a good inventory management, and you will avoid running out of stock. Ensure that your supplier is trustworthy and they can deliver on time, and help your customers with cancellation and refund requests, and also keep your product detail pages up to date, right? So that they won't cancel because of some information that they see on your product page doesn't match with what they think they are ordering. All right. So over here, if you go to your manage your inventory, All right, you can edit your listings. All right, just to make sure that your product information are most updated. All right. So in the event of defects, here is what you need to do, right? So you'll be notified by the performance notification, which is like an email that you receive, and then you provide a plan of action after being notified. Well, it is something like how the email will appear if you have a late shipment rate, etc. So I'll go through what is the plan of action on the following slide. Right. So what is plan of action, right? There are some guide here on how you can write an effective plan of action. So if your account or your listing are deactivated, right, there are some actions that you need to do to bring them back in compliance. Right, the plan of action (POA) will help Amazon to make a decision whether or not to reinstate your account by considering and looking at the information that you submitted for your specific situation, right? So what I need to do is to provide or rather identify the root cause, explain the actions that you have taken to resolve the issue for your customers, and also provide solutions to avoid future similar problems from happening again. So be clear and concise, like what I mentioned earlier on, include any form of supporting evidence, right? So you can take a look on the rewatch the recording regarding the do's and don'ts if you forget about it. Yeah. All right. I hope you are still with me. If you have any question, let me know in the Q&A. So I'm going to touch upon to introduce the account health support team. All right. So in the event that your account, your selling account meets certain threshold for account deactivations, what happens is the account health support team will call you at the emergency contact number that you put it into your selling account, which is why one of the tips is to make sure your emergency contact details are up to date. Right. So in the call, the AHS, the account health support, will walk you through what's the reason that your account is at risk, and then it will help you to develop a plan of action, right, to prevent your account from being deactivated. Alright, there's just some of the seller feedback that we got regarding the support that they get from account health team. All right. So yeah, I can't find an English screenshot, but this is just to say that before the call, you also receive an email regarding your account is potentially on the deactivation. So you will be informed as well. So what happened during the call? When they call you, you receive a call, right? The call may be from overseas number. To take note of that. It may not be your local number. All right. And before the conversation start, right, the caller, the Amazon caller, will ask you to provide your registered email or company address to verify your details. Right. You could also request security verification from us to verify the identity of the one who called you. All right. Right, this is just to show that when to request a security confirm verification, they may also send you a performance notification to tell you that who is this person who is talking to you right now, so that you can verify whether the caller has the same name that is to the one that you receive on your performance notification page. Right. So if you do, miss a call, you can also get them, the AHS team to do a callback. Right. So in the performance notification, you will find a text that says, okay, which is the timing that's available for them to call you. Right. So do select the language supported by the marketplace, not the language that you wish to be supported. Right, just follow through the guide there to verify, right, and they'll be able to give you a call back. Okay. So there is also post enforcement support available. Let's say you want to check about your account appeal, etc. You need more help. You can also reach the account health team. So I want to end with some key takeaways of managing your account health. Now be proactive. All right, listen to your customers so that you know what could be the action that could be prevented. Know your product well. Make sure your description is accurate, is up to date, and also manage your inventory well so that it won't go out of stock or have any impact. Sorry, or have any impact on your shipping timing, etc. Next is to stay up to date. Regularly check your account health page and your performance notification page, right? So, if possible, you could go in and check on a daily or weekly basis. And also update your emergency contact number. This is very important because the account health team will reach out to you at this number. Last but not least, do also know that there's a lot of helpful resources available. There is the seller news article to make sure that you always read some of the latest updates when you log into Seller Central for things like policy changes, etc. And then there is a seller forum as well as Seller University. Right now, I'm going to share some of the frequently asked questions regarding account health that we always get from the sellers. So the first question is, why is my account health rating showing at risk if I already addressed violation on my account health page? So the account health rating is based on unaddressed violation on your account health page. So once the team confirms that the violation has been addressed, it will be updated. And it usually takes a few hours. It's not immediate. So if you already address it, do check back a couple of hours to make sure that the team has actually verified the violation that's being addressed. So the next question is, if my account health is at risk, does it mean that my account health will be deactivated? So if it says at risk, right, we will encourage you to address the violation in a timely manner, which is like as soon as possible, so you won't get any further disruptions. All right, so if you do not address this violation, and again, if your emergency contact number is not updated, there's no way for the team to reach out to you and help you on your account issues. All right, then you will likely have the account deactivated. So do not wait until then. So make sure that you always action it as soon as you can. All right. So these are some resources that I've shared. I will share in the video description. Well, last but not least, if you are not aware yet, the Amazon Global Selling Summit 2023 is coming up this year in October 11 to 12 in person. And then on the 26th, there's a virtual event as well. All right, so the registration page is already up. So do hop on and go and register now, or you can click on this, scan this QR code as well. It's in our Amazon Global Selling webinar page as well. You can go and take a look. The links are actually all there. Right, so sign up for the event and you'll be able to go and talk to any of our Amazon colleagues in the booth, and there's a lot of other in-person session as well. All right, lastly, this is where you can find some of the latest one-pager that we have regarding peak season seller success strategy guide. All right, I will keep the floor open now for any questions that any of you have. Meanwhile, let me take a look at what are the questions that we have. All right, thank you everyone for your feedback. I really appreciate that. So let me know if you have any questions regarding account health. And also these are the upcoming sessions that we have in September. Right, we will be talking about product selections or listing optimization with the Amazon ads, and also what you can do before listing your first product. So we have every month a couple of webinars that is catered for seller which is in their different selling journey. It could be new seller who just started in year one, who's trying to figure out, how to best improve their e-commerce business on Amazon. We also have topics for seller who are just starting out, just created an account, not knowing what product that they can sell on Amazon. They will be able to benefit from session regarding product selection, what are the strategy they can use to choose a product if they have not already a product in mind. And we also have some of the topics and refresher for seller who are already in their year two. So Amazon's platform is have a lot of function and features that can help you expand and grow your business. So certain topics you may not be aware during your year one selling in Amazon. So some topics you probably only have time to look into during your year two. So we also have some of these topics cater for sellers who are already in their year two. However, if you think that there are certain topics you like to find out but it's not in any of our upcoming webinar, you are more than welcome to share it with us in the survey. Right, so unfortunately, GoToWebinar doesn't allow me to create a poll for free text input. If not, I would have do that option. So another way is you can put it into the Q&A box right now, like what are some of the topics that interest you, but is not in any of our previous session or upcoming session. We will be more than happy to, find and create and develop those videos and contents for all of you. All right, so if you have not joined our Facebook seller community, do head on to the lower right QR code here. All right. And there are a lot of past recording that we have covering different topics for different seller groups. So if you are someone who likes to watch the recording in times 2 or times 3 speed on YouTube, please go to our webinar recording page. It's in our official Amazon Global Selling YouTube channel. So I'm still around. Let me know if you have more questions. And even if, since we have time, even if you have questions not related to account health, you're more than happy to just ask in the Q&A. I'll be very willing to address any of those questions if I know the answer. Yeah. All right. I don't see any more questions already. So I take it as the attendees today are clear, and if there are no more questions, I will see you on the next session in September. Okay? So very, very good day to everyone, and thanks for your participation and thanks for your time in today's webinar. Do check out the links on the follow-up emails for the recordings and all the other links and resources I will be sharing in the video description in our official YouTube channel. So I'll see you the next time. So thank you everyone. Have a good day. Bye-bye.